Hello, yogis. As you arrive, oh, Cindy, nice to see you. Hi, little girl. Oh, welcome. Hi, Anne. Hi, Sandy. Nice to see you. What a gorgeous day as well. I was going to try and set up and teach outside on my deck, but the sun where it is, I couldn't find a spot where I wouldn't get turned into a burnt raisin after. So I decided to stay inside. But welcome as you gather today on this beautiful Monday morning. I really missed you guys over the weekend. You were in my hearts. I don't know if you felt that. I'm working on a chair yoga training, and so I was visualizing all of you and kind of going through my different practices as I was beginning to work on what I will be teaching future chair yoga teachers. So it was really exciting, and I'm really honored to be known as a chair yoga teacher, and to be able to share all that I've learned and all that you have taught me. So it's such a gift, and to be able to have each other these last couple of months has been even more powerful and deeply moving. So love it. Anyhow, so again, have a chair, or if you are in bed, stay in bed. If you are on a couch and that's where you want to be, you can even take this practice without the chair and be on the floor. So I really just reminder that this is really all about just moving, enjoying each other, being present for one another, and hopefully occasionally turning the cheeks, turning the lips up a little bit and catching a little smile. And that's really what I'm looking forward to offer on this beautiful, beautiful Monday day. So as we get going, we're just going to find that seat, right? So whatever that is, again, as I said, laying down somewhere else or being in your chair seated, it's all the same. We're just trying to ground ourselves and root ourselves. I don't know about you, but sometimes on a beautiful sunny day like this, I find I suddenly have all these things that I must do. Get all the furniture up from the basement, plant a bunch of flowers, make a bunch of calls, go for a run, I don't run, by the way. So suddenly all of these things I make this long list. And sometimes within that, I forget just to ground myself and settle and find my truth and take care of myself in just that moment. So that's a lot of what we're doing here today as we begin. So just allow wherever you are, as you show up for yourself and show up for each other here today, just allow for yourself to drop in. And we might start just by noticing everything around you, the sounds, the sensation, the temperature, whatever it is, wherever you are. Let's take that in. And then notice the sensations and thoughts and ideas maybe running around in your head still, that one more thing type of thought. Let's notice what they are and see if you can begin to let them go for this time together here today. Release them, and believe me, they will revisit, of course, whether it be thoughts of the past or things to do, that list for the future, or maybe even that negative conversation that the mind often draws to, negative towards ourselves, negative sometimes towards others, but often it's towards ourselves. Notice that. And really important for me to shift that language over and over again. With that language of negativity towards myself, step aside. And so from here, let's drop down into our hearts, down into our heart center. Just go into that space. I love it. That space that you cannot see. And space inside you that we all have, that space of kindness and love. And I've been talking about a lot lately, reminding us it's a place of where the light lives. Because it's not the light, it's not all that goodness that leaves us. Right? It's us that kind of gets lost a little bit and then just returns back over and over again to that space of love, of light, of kindness, of peace. So bringing yourself there. Just moving into your heart, dropping into your heart. And then to help you stay in that heart space, we're going to move into the breath, right? Notice where the breath is in your body. Notice if it's flowing, if it's moving. Or notice if it's high in the chest or low in the belly. Tight in your body. Wherever it is, just observe it for a moment. And then we're going to take this breath and we're going to go into it and let us deepen into our heart space. So first, let's start taking a breath in through the nose. Soft opening of the mouth as you exhale out through the back of the throat. Close the lips, inhale through the nose. Out through the back of the throat, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Out through the mouth. And then softly close these lips and just take that breath in and out through the nose. Just calm into it. And again, you can always exhale out through the mouth if just using the nose doesn't feel comfortable. So just make it yours. Just feel the breath rise and fall. Notice that soft tickle at the end of the nose as that cool air draws in. And that warm air releases out. Focusing in that sweetness of the breath, that lovely tickle at the end of the nose as the cool air comes in. The soft, warm air releases out. And even listening, opening up your ears and listening to the sound of the breath. Allowing a nice little sound to come with this breath. And just feel the breath as it rises up now through your body from the belly, up into the ribs, up into the heart center. Just a soft breath, even breath, not a big kind of energized breath, just even. Exhale back out. And just feel that breath as it rises from the belly to the ribs, up into your heart center. And slow and controlled exhale back out, down into the belly. Beautiful. Feel the breath, belly, ribs, heart center, ribs, down into the belly, ribs, heart center, ribs, down into the belly. And just feel that rhythm. Maybe that sound, you can have that stay with you of that breath coming in and out. Just follow the breath. This breath calming our nervous system, keeping the muscles around the lungs strong as you take these full breaths and these full exhales. This breath lowering our heart rate so that it doesn't have to work so hard. Notice how all of that feels. Just a few more rounds here as we stay with this breath. Again. Beautiful. Now from here, let's take these palms, bring them down onto your heart center and just bow down into that. So as you place these palms down onto your chest, just let your head go. So for me, this so much is about just dropping into that beauty, about dropping into that heart space, dropping into the light. If that's not your sort of space you want to reach in, you can also just feel that nice space up the back of the spine, between the shoulder blades, the neck. Wherever you are, we're just feeling, dropping in, for me, that light that lives within me, lives around me. Just reminding myself to ever return to it. And then slowly just lift your head. Bring your palms together, Anjali Mudra, the same thing. Palms can push together. You can open up that heart center. Take your breath there. And from here, take another inhale through the nose, this time a little bit louder, like a lion's breath as you exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Closing the lips. Take a breath and we're going to come for Om. Beautiful, really dropping into our practice. Just take a moment, maybe set an intention. Again, for me, that reminder that this love, this light, this goodness, this kindness is inside of me. It lives inside of me. And to just endlessly keep dropping into it and move with that space of love. Beautiful. From here, as you lift your head, we're going to take these arms, reach them over our head, and just walk them out a little bit. So get this morning stretch, and I'm going to move back towards my chair. Good. So as we take and walk one arm out and then the other, just feel that nice movement of the hips and let the head begin to move here as well. So we're just kind of playfully opening up the body. Noticing again if you've gone back into your head, if you can release that, come back into the breath, come back into that heart space. Good. Nice. And then from here, take these arms, both arms reach up to the sky. And if you're in your chair, just feel, if you can, these feet planting on the earth. Feel that nice energy. Take a breath here. Inhale. Bring the palms down through your heart center as you exhale, and then sweep them up. Inhale, open up, palms together. Exhale, down through your heart center. Again, inhale, sweep up, opening up. Exhale, hands come down through the heart center. Just catch that inhale again. Sweep up. Last one, exhale down and sweep up. Inhale, love it. From here, we're going to take and hook these thumbs, and as you do, just get a little bit of extra reach through the side body, but also let these shoulders mount away from the ears a little bit more. And then take a breath, inhale. Take this over to the right as you exhale, and just breathe there, breathing into this whole left edge of your body. Inhales and exhales. Try not to collapse into that right side, but staying long. One more breath there. Take a breath. Good, that's better. You can see me a little bit better now. And then come back up to center. We're going to switch the hook of the thumb, so just take that moment there. Take another breath. Inhale as you roll long, navel draws in, and exhale over to the other side, over to the left. And just feel the breath there. Just observe yourself if you're fighting with this pose and overextending, or if you can just soften into it. Taking and moving into each shape peacefully, feeling that whole right edge of your body. One more breath here. Beautiful, come back through center. Again, palms together, draw them down into your heart center and pause there again. So as we bow our head down to our fingertips, honoring our intention, our practice, also feeling that nice space up the shoulder blades, up the neck. Each breath, maybe let that head dip a little bit more, getting into the back of the body, mid-back, upper back, neck. One more breath there. Beautiful. Now, from here, slowly, we're going to lift our head so gaze comes back out in front. Hands are going to come down onto the tops of the knees. And we're going to move into this cow pose, taking our hearts, lifting it forward, and tail reaches behind. Find that beautiful stretch into the front of the body. And then exhale slow, begin to round into that cat pose. So as you breathe into those shoulder blades, the neck, the whole spine, moving again. Inhale, lift our hearts, opening it up. And exhale, sitting back, tucking the tail, breathing into those shoulder blades. Few more rounds. Inhale, move with your breath, your rhythm. Exhale, sit back into that cat. Two more. Inhale, lift the heart, open it up. And exhale into that cat. Last one. Inhale, feel the shoulders melting away from the ears, the neck lengthens, and exhale, sit back into it. Feels really good. Now as we move back towards a cow, we're going to sweep these arms right up to the sky. And then from here, we're going to take that right hand to the left knee, but wait, we're going to take this left hand, reach it up, and then we're going to go over again. So coming into a stretch. Yeah, so keeping that right hand outside of left knee, left arm up, and then over. Take your breath. Maybe a little swaying. I move in my practice, so each breath, the inhale kind of opens me up. The exhale lets me draw into it. Feel the belly button drawing in and up. Good. One more breath. Perfect. Now from here, we're going to come up, left arm up to the sky. We're going to take it to our waist or into the chair or lower back. Grow long, lift the navel, and we're going to take that twist to the left now. Doesn't need to be big, so not forceful. Feel that beautiful energy through the center channel of your body as you take this twist. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, and again. Beautiful, last breath, so it's not forceful. There's this beautiful inhale, and that exhale lets us go into the twist. Now slowly, we're gonna come back through to center, and we're gonna take 2 rounds of cow and cat, moving into our cow, open up, should feel nice. Moving into our cat as we exhale. Good, and again, inhale into that cow. Beautiful, exhale into that cat. From here, we're gonna inhale, sweep our arms up to the sky. Yes, and then take that left hand to the outside of that right knee, and we're gonna take this right hand, reach it a little bit longer. Take a breath there, planting the feet, growing long into the waist. Exhale over to the side, over to the left. And just pause there. Again, taking a few breaths here, feeling that whole right edge of the body opening, kind of feeling that pelvic floor lifting up to support the movement. And remember, you can do this in the bed. Just take that arm, reach it up as you reach over to the opposite direction. One more breath. I know it's a lot. Beautiful, and then come back up. This right arm is long. Now we're gonna move that right arm, bring it to our waist, our lower back, or hook it on the chair, and then take an inhale. Navel draws in as we twist with that exhale. Navel, ribs, heart, shoulders, right? So moving through like we did with that breath, relaxing into it. Feel each breath, the inhale and the exhale. Again, breathing in and out. Beautiful. Feel the inhale growing you long, and the exhale taking you into that twist. Love it. Slow, we release. Hands come back down to the knees, and we're going to move again. Inhale to that cow. Each time, noticing if you can open up a little bit more. Exhale into that cat. Feels so good. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, sitting back. Here we go again. We're going to inhale, open up, reaching the arms up to the sky. And we're going to take this right hand across to the left knee. This left hand stays long as we reach over to the side. So we moved a little bit quicker. Catch up. It's all good. One more breath here. Beautiful. Now, from here, we're going to take this left arm. We're going to, again, move it to our waist, to the chair, or into our lower back. You can also bring it, down towards the seat. And then from here, we're going to take that left leg and we're going to extend it long. So you might shimmy forward a little bit. And again, if you're in that bed, the same thing, just kind of extend it, get some length in the waist, and then begin to take that twist. Again, doesn't need to be big. There's this lifting of this navel, this opening of the heart. That left leg extended long, toes can be up towards the sky. One more breath. Beautiful. Now, ever so slowly, we're going to take and slide down that left leg a little bit. Take your time, doesn't need to be big. We'll come back to this stretch again. So hand at the waist or the chair or lower back. Take it slow so you can move into this shape with ease, not stressing or scaring yourself with balance or overdoing. One more breath. Beautiful. Now, really important, lift the pelvic floor, lift the core, and slide back up. Beautiful. And then slide that left leg back in. Hands come back towards the knees. Good. Take an inhale to that cow. And exhale slow to that cat. So this is our kind of Nice returning pose, this cat and cow, lifting to your cow and rounding into that cat. Beautiful. Again, as we lift towards the cow, the arms sweep up to the sky, get that nice reach, and this left hand comes down to the outside of that right knee, grow long, and then take this over to the left with that right arm, reaching there, inhales and exhales. Settle in. Beautiful. One more breath. Perfect. Nice stretch along the right side of the body. Bring that right arm up, and same thing. Taking this right arm, it can come to your waist. It can slide palm out into the lower back, or it can find that chair. Grow long again. Take this twist slow. Good. And then from here, inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in, open up that heart. One more. And then ever so slowly, we're going to take that right leg and we're going to extend it long. So again, you might shimmy on your chair a little bit to find what's right for you. Lift the belly in and up, and then just slowly slide that arm down the leg. It is slow, right? I want you to feel as you take your time, the navel's drawing in, there's a little twist still, and you're just reaching down that leg slightly. Good. 2 more breaths here. Find a spot. You can stop, stretching and just find that nice kind of easeful place. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Now, as we come out, we really need to lift the core up to support the spine. Slowly coming back up. That right foot slides back in. Hands come down onto the knees, and 2 more rounds of that cow and cat. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to that cat. 2 more. 1 more. Inhale to that cow. And exhaling to that cat. Feels really good. And then from here, just allow yourself to sit tall, shoulders stack over the hips. And we're going to move into some of these half lifts and forward folds, Ardha Uttanasana and Uttanasana. So I do encourage, if you have some props, maybe books, blocks, cans of soup, if you'd like to go deeper into these poses, those are really great to have to give your hands something to reach to. But we're going to go there slowly, moving into those forward folds, starting with the hands onto the knees as if you're moving into that cat-cow sequence. And then from here, lift the navel. We're going to just come forward a little bit. So kind of like a chaturanga arm. My arms bend here. And I want you to find that length in the spine from the tail to the crown of head. And notice if your shoulders are rolling up towards your ears, let them draw away from the ears. And with that, notice that that heart center might open a little bit so it's not collapsing. And this is our breath. This is that half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Take a breath, inhale. And that exhale. Good. Now, from here, keep that spine, right? So feel the muscles kind of supporting the back. And then just let the head go here. Yeah, then as you do, you can breathe into the back of the neck. It should feel good. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to take and lengthen the spine. And then dip the chin a little bit. Breathe into the neck and shoulders. 2 more like that. Lengthen the spine. And then let the head go. Just kind of rounding into those shoulder blades. 1 more like that. That's that half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And this is our modified Uttanasana. Good. Now, you can kind of stay with those movements, or you might slide your forearms down onto the tops of the thighs, close to the knees. I like to bring my feet a little bit wider just for stability. And I also like, for me, to interlace the hands, but that's really up to you. I want you to take and find that long spine here. So sit bones are dropping down into the chair. There's a little bit more kind of need to do that because you're not sitting up as high. And just pause, feel the sensations. And maybe rock a little bit side to side. So in this, kind of loosening up the lower back. And relaxing the mind. Beautiful. And then come back, finding that sort of stillness but not locked. Find that inhale. And then from here, slowly let the head go. So as you do now, again, we return to the shoulder blades, the neck. It takes me a while to let my head go. So notice if that's the case for you. And see, you might kind of rock a little side to side, small, letting that head release. Breathing into the back of the neck. Take your breath, inhales and exhales. And again. Beautiful. One more breath here. Should feel good as we take a pause, letting the breath guide us, letting it soften that mind. Beautiful. Now, really important, lift the navel in and up, and we're going to come to that half lift here, Ardha Uttanasana. Feel the muscles of the core and the back helping that movement. And then exhale, let the head go again. This time, gently kind of push out of the forearms if your forearms are down. So we're going to move. Inhale, find that length, long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, let the head go. Push out of the forearms a little bit, Uttanasana. 2 more like that. Inhale, navel draws in, tail reaches behind. Exhale, tuck the chin, push out of the forearms. Last one. Inhale, get some length. And then exhale, releasing. Good. Now, here we go. We're going to take and maybe, if it feels okay, bring the hands down towards the earth. But look, I have this block here, and I'm going to place it there. So it's right now at the highest point. That's because I'm encouraging you to find the support. And then if you like, slide the hands down, maybe to blocks if you have them. And just let yourself go a little deeper here. So we're really taking our time into this journey from a little bit higher with the hands on the knees and the forearms, and now possibly hands towards blocks or books. And same thing, just let yourself begin to release here. Relaxing the muscles of the back as we go into Uttanasana. And again, for me, it takes me a while to really let that head begin to go. So you might nod it a little bit. And you can always go a little bit deeper. Again, really, this is your personal practice here. So as we love to say in yoga, leave the ego at the door and be working from a place of that heart, that kindness to yourself. Good. Take your time here. And again, remember, you can be higher. You can have the hands on the knees, whatever it is. Good. Now we're going to move. So we're going to move into that half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Spine goes long. And then soft, controlled release, Uttanasana. And 2 more. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, Uttanasana. Last one. Inhale. Feels good. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. So find that half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And then slide the forearms to the knees. Good. Grow long here. And then slide the hands to the knees if they're not already there. And slowly lifting yourself up. Should feel good. Take your time. My dogs are barking. I don't know what's going on in the other room. Freddie, what are you doing? What are you guys doing? What's going on? So from here, as you come nice and tall. Hi, Jack. What's going on, guys? Sitting nice and tall. We're going to take these arms. We're going to reach them out to that T. And now we're going to turn the palms. Hello. up towards the sky as we bring the arms up towards the sky. So now, arms are going to stay up. Feel the belly lifting in and up, so back to that core. We're going to take this right leg and we're going to extend it out, okay? So like we had it before. Now we're going to take this left arm and we're going to cross it over to the outside of that right leg. So the thigh, it doesn't matter. And then this top arm, this right hand, it's going to come either again into our waist, right? Or the chair, you can always hold on, or into the lower back. And then we're going to begin to draw along with the spine, a little bit of a twist, slide down that leg. So we did this earlier, we just came into it a little differently. And now our body's a little bit warmer, a little bit looser. And maybe you go a little bit deeper. So is that fair? Good. So just showing you from the side. Good. Kind of a revolved triangle. Good. One more breath here. Very slowly, very controlled. Lift the pelvic floor. Slide back up. Good. And then from here, we're going to take these arms, very slowly lift them up to the sky. Keep that right leg long. And we're going to take this right hand to the outside of that left knee. But this time, we're going to take this left arm and we're going to reach it behind us. Yeah, so we're kind of drawing that right hand to the outside of that left knee. Navel draws in and we're taking that nice twist here. Opening up the shoulder. Again, feeling that core. Breathing in and out. Love it. One more breath. Good. Now very slowly bringing the hands down onto the tops of your thighs or knees. Slide that right leg in and find your space here to move one cow cat. So lifting into that cow just to check in with the spine. And then exhale into that cat. Should feel really nice. Good. And then from here, taking our time, we're going to bring these arms back up to the sky. Stay connected, sit bones to the chair. And then we're going to slide that left leg long, toes up to the sky. Take a pause. And then from here, we're going to begin to move. So this right arm reaches across the body, finding the outside or that thigh of that left leg. And then slowly, this left arm begins to find its spot. So maybe the hand comes into the waist. Maybe it comes into the back. Maybe it finds that chair. Grow long here. And then as you do, begin to slowly twist. Navel draws in, the ribs, the chest, the shoulders, then the gaze. Feel a nice little bit of space into the outer edge of the leg. Take your time, one more breath. And then ever so slowly, we're going to slide down that that leg a little bit. So find that placement of that back hand. Stay with the navel drawing in and that twist. Don't overdo. That would be the worst thing you could do, is overdo this. Just want you to explore. Lots of actions going in here. So you're twisting one way, that leg is long, that heart is opening. One more breath, lift the navel, stay for the exhale. Really nice. And then ever so slowly with that core, come back up, take your time. Beautiful. And then we're going to move. That left hand finds the outside of that right knee. And that left leg stays long. Come here. As you take this twist, we're going to let this right arm now reach round, right? So we're not bringing it to our waist. We're slowly opening it up. There's that twist, that heart opening, that left hand drawing that knee in. Take a breath. Inhale. And that exhale. Again, feel this lovely shape as we twist one direction, that leg extending out. A little bit of that push-pull. One more breath, you've got this. Good. And then ever so slowly, as you release, hands are going to come down onto the thighs, and that left leg draws back in. Yeah, and just to kind of take and rebalance that spine, we're going to inhale for that cow. And then exhale into that cat. Really nice. Feels good. Come back to neutral. And then here's that option. We're going to come up to standing for a few poses. You can stay in your chair and we'll come back to it. Or you can get up with me. Whatever it is, it's going to be versions of what we did so you know them in your chair. So when we do them standing, you can kind of move along with us, right? So always that option, staying, laying in your bed or in your chair. So most importantly, I always say it, make sure that chair does not slip out from under you. So I kind of test it, make sure all legs are on the mat or on a place that they won't slip out. And then as we start standing here, I want us to feel the shoulders over the hips, over the ankles. So again, if you're laying in bed, it's that nice reclined Tadasana. And if you're sitting in the chair, the sit bones are spreading and we're having a nice long spine, right? So all the same thing. Good. And then from here, just bring these hands and bring them onto your heart center. So again, you can always keep one hand onto the chair. And just tap back into that space inside you. That goodness, that light, that love. Yeah. As we revisit it, we remember it. And for me, it's that moment of just remembering how good it feels. Okay. And just take a pause there. You'll also feel this nice stretch of the neck. Beautiful. One more breath. Beautiful. And then as you begin to lift your head, lift your gaze, bring your hands down to the chair. We're going to walk ourselves back into a downward facing dog. So as we come into that downward dog, just let the feet walk back. And please keep them a little bit wider. They don't need to be right underneath you. A little bit wider gives us some space into the hips, that lower back. Let the head begin to release so that the ears are kind of inside the biceps. Feel all that lovely length up through the waist, down into the feet. And you can see I'm just rocking side to side, soft, rocking from one foot to the other. Beautiful. And just let your head endlessly go here as we pause into this. Take a breath or two. Notice if you're breathing. We want you to breathe. Good. One more breath. Love it. Now, from here, bend the knees quite a lot. Take the gaze forward and then step back to standing. Opening up the heart. Beautiful. From here, taking these hands, and again, one can always stay down onto the chair for balance. We're going to reach them up to the sky, and we're going to get that hook of the thumbs. As you do, grow long here. And then take this over to the right, reaching into that left side of the body. Good. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Really feel that lovely space coming into the opposite side. One more. Beautiful. Now come back up, using the core, help you switch the hook of the thumbs, and go over the other direction, over to the left. Inhale. And then exhale, feeling some nice energy in the feet and the legs, really important. And again. Beautiful. Come back up through center. We're going to take these palms together, draw them back into our hearts. Bowing our head to our fingertips, and again, feeling that space up into the shoulder blades, into the neck. One more breath. Perfect. Hands come down onto your chair, and we're going to take and step this right foot back. Good. Now, we're going to step it back. It doesn't need to be really far back. I want that right heel to be able to come down onto the earth, so you can feel all parts of the foot. Yeah, front toes are facing forward. See if you can just lift up your fingertips up onto the back of the chair. So you can just start with the shoulders somewhat over the hips, and you'll feel some nice kind of back heel pushing down into the earth. the toes connecting, but not locking. And then from here, we're going to take and slowly grow long with our spine and then mount over this front leg. So we're going to get a nice stretch into the front of that left leg. And watch, I'm going to bring my forearms down. You can stay a little higher with this stretch. Right? You can also bring your hands down onto the seat of the chair or the dog that's in your chair. Hello, cuteness. Whatever it is, just pause. That right hip rolls forward a little bit. Yeah, and that left sit bone rolls back. But let's not force. Let's just find that breath. And feel free to let that head go as well. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, one more breath. And again. Good. Now, very slowly, we're going to bend this front knee, so this left knee bends. And then as we do that, we're going to take and roll up onto the ball of this back foot, lifting the heel, and then sit back into the heel, getting a little stretch into that back right leg. I love this practice, lifting to the ball of the foot, and then sitting back into the heel. We get some nice energy into the feet. Nice stretch at the back of the leg. One more time. Also building and keeping strength into the legs, the hip. There it is. Good. Now, from here, very slowly, again, we're going to take this front leg and we're going to extend it long. We're going to walk this right hand over to the left corner of the chair, sort of the back of the chair, and bring that left hand to the left hip. Good. And then very slowly, just reach kind of across your body. Here's that twist that we begin to take. And just allow yourself to kind of bow over that left edge of the chair. We did a little bit of the shape, remember? Seated, you can always bring the hand down a little bit more. You can always kind of bend that back knee if that feels better. One more breath. It's a big pose, so just don't be scared off. And then slowly we come back. Both hands find the back of the chair. We bend that front knee. And thank goodness we step forward and then shake it out. So just shake out the hips. Maybe lift the arms. Just let all of that go. That's what I love about yoga. You can just let it go. It's so important. And then coming back to standing, just doing the other side, and then we're going to come back to our chair. Feels really good. I want us to be able to connect that kind of releasing as we twist and that energy into the legs, getting the blood flowing. So take that left foot. We're going to step it back, but just enough so that left heel can come down onto the earth. And you're not on a tightrope here. The feet can be a little bit more separated, maybe a couple of fist distance apart. And then from here, just fine. Walk up onto the fingertips so there's length, spine, the shoulders over the hips, nice energy in the feet. And then from here, begin to lift the navel, and we're going to begin to reach forward. Hands can stay on the back of the chair. Let that right sit bone or hip roll back. Let that left hip go into neutral. You might even bring the hands down onto the back of the chair. Again, that takes it a little deeper. Hands might come down onto the seat. Whatever it is for you. We're going to take 3 breaths. Notice where you can relax. And same thing if you're in the chair, you just have that right leg out in front and you're just reaching over, right? Taking 2 more breaths. Last breath here. Beautiful. And then slow. Bend that front knee. Hands come back to the top of the chair if they were down. Lifting yourself up. Good. Now take that back leg. You're going to roll to the ball of that foot. So lift the heel and then sit back into it. Nice stretch of that calf. 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit back. Good. 1 more. Lifting up. And then sitting back. Nice stretch, but also feel that nice solidness of the feet. One more time, we're going to take this right leg, extend it long. We're going to walk this left hand kind of across the chair a little bit. And then this right hand comes to the hip. Take a nice breath here. Lift the navel, and it's just a little bit of a twist. This is revolved triangle, big pose. Good. You can always take it deeper, but really be mindful of the balance. Good. You can always have both hands on the chair and take that twist. So many options. Honor yourself. I don't want you kind of leaving class and being like, I don't know what I did to myself. I want you to self-care. Don't overdo. Leave the ego at the door. Feel all of that up that outer leg. Lift the navel and very slowly bending the front knee as we come back. And then slow and controlled. This is always a good sign. We're going to step forward and then just shake it out. Really love it. So just shake out. You can always lift the arms up. Yeah, just kind of getting all that blood flowing through the body. And then hands come down. Good. So from here, we're going to move back to our chair. So as we come back to the chair, just making sure, again, it's nice and solid. Moving yourself down into your seat. Yeah, good. Now, from here, just want us to take another really soft twist. So just to kind of loosen up from those standing poses. So feet onto the earth, or again, if you're laying in bed, just find that nice length in the body. We're going to take this left hand first to the outside of the right knee, and we're just going to take this right hand soft, just bring it kind of to that hip crease. Hi. She loves being on my lap. Oh my goodness. So let's see if this works. Stay there. So taking a nice soft twist there and just relax. Now, as you find this, so it's not a really big twist, I just want you then to just dip the head a little bit. So remember all that kind of chin dipping that I've suggested today? Just feel that, settle into that, opening up shoulder blades, the neck. Good. One more breath here. Noticing as you pause into these poses, what begins to shift, what begins to kind of open, and does that mind go crazy, or can you just allow it to just tap into the stillness? Beautiful. And then ever so slowly coming up, nice long neutral spine before we come to the other side. So we're going to take that right hand to our left knee or thigh, and this left hand, again, you're just kind of bringing it somewhere along the thigh, so it takes you from wanting to go really deep in this twist. And then just slow, let the head begin to dip. So we're not rounding a whole bunch, we're just kind of dipping that chin, softening into it. Breathing in and out. And notice as you just pause what you feel. Listening for the breath. I love this beautiful sound of the breath. Good. One more. Perfect. And then slowly coming back through, finding that nice long spine. Yeah, feel that space. And then from here, we're going to just take and dip our chin, cup our hands onto our knees, and just sit back here. So that kind of cat back. Tuck the chin and pause. So we're not pushy at all. Now just really letting kind of gravity take the body. Nice space up the neck, up the shoulders, the spine, down into the tail and sit bone. One more breath here, I know, slowing it down. Beautiful, lift the navel, and then again, take the spine long as the shoulders stack over the hips and shoulders melt down away from the ears. From here, just taking that right knee, we're going to draw it into our heart center. Here, come here. And then as you do, we're gonna circle that right ankle. Your paws. Come here. Good. And then switch direction, heading the other way. Good. And then from here, just begin to make some nice circles of that hip, one direction. Yeah, just keep it soft, let the head relax. Tap into that goodness, that sweetness inside. Good. And then here's that option. You can take and cross that ankle over the knee, or take and cross that ankle over ankle, whichever is right on your hips. Really important. So again, if you've had any injuries or hip replacements, you might want that ankle down over the ankle. Or some people say that the surgery side feels better than the non-surgery side. So that's all that good physical therapy. So whatever it is for you, you're driving me crazy. So I'm going to keep my ankle over my opposite ankle today, but you again might be with your ankle over the knee. And just sit tall here. Take a pause, let the heart open. Yeah, and then you might lean forward a little bit. So as you do, you might just find that right hand kind of opening up the knee slightly. Find that sweet balance, not overdoing. Breathe into the back, breathe into the hip. Good, one more breath here. And then ever so slowly lift the belly, lengthen the spine to come up. Perfect. Now uncross these ankles or bring that foot down onto the earth from the knee. Good. And then coming to the other side, drawing that knee into your chest, giving it a hug. Circling that ankle, one direction. Perfect. Yes, feels good. And then circling that ankle the other direction. So important to get movement into our feet. Good. And then from here, nice small circles, circling the hip. You can have both arms there, one hand. Nice. Good. Switch directions if you have it. Beautiful. And then coming the other side now. So again, either ankle over ankle or ankle over knee. Really depends on you and your hips, right? So don't let it be this like really stressful, uncomfortable place. Make good choices here. So sitting tall, pausing, letting the shoulders relax. Just breathing in and out. Good, and then maybe if you like, you can lengthen on an inhale and then fold forward a little bit on that exhale. That takes it deeper, so be really mindful of your choices. Maybe that left hand kind of gently opens up that knee, not forcefully. Two more breaths, nice, slow, even breath. One more breath. And then slowly lift the navel. Allow yourself to come up, take your time, and then placing this foot back down onto the earth. Perfect. Now, last little bit of movement today. We're going to take these arms, bring them down alongside. I just want you to circle those wrists. We didn't do any of that kind of movement of the hands and wrists yet. So just that little slow, even movement. Switch direction, heading the other way. Maybe close your eyes and just feel the goodness of that. And then from here, just taking and beginning to circle that right shoulder. Good. Hi. Switch direction, circling the other way. Perfect. Good. And And then from here, coming and beginning to circle the left shoulder, one direction. You're very needy today. Wow, good. Beautiful, and then head the other way. Perfect. Good. Now, from here, we're going to keep these arms down alongside. We're going to then take them out to a T. And then from here, we're going to take and cross. This right hand is going to cross over, finding that left shoulder. And that, stop, that left hand is going to cross over, finding that right shoulder. And then I just want you to think about giving yourself like a big hug. I know it sounds corny, but kind of walking the hands around the back, and then lift the navel, and then just round in, kind of slow. Doesn't need to be big. Just maybe a little bit of movement. Just take that time. It should feel good. One more breath here, just really nice space into the back of the body. And then ever so slowly again, lift the navel in and up, open up these arms, open up that heart, and then switch, taking the opposite arm over top. And then same thing, just rounding in. Jackson, my goodness. Tucking the chin, rounding in. Giving yourself a hug. Two more breaths, should feel good. Maybe the head nods a little bit, or you just breathe into that stillness of the breath, right? Never still. And then slowly rolling up, opening up these arms, opening up that heart. And then palms come down to your heart center. And just let your hands come down for a moment onto the knees and just pause here. Notice how you feel. Let the shoulders melt. And just come into that space inside you of that goodness, of that light, of all of that is. Just pause into your heart center. Loving kindness. Good. And then before we end today, just bring the hands down onto your heart center and just bow into that. Really dropping into that loving kindness within your heart, within you, always there. Dropping into that light that's within you and all around you. Sometimes it just gets lost in this crazy world. And then slowly bringing the palms together, Anjali Mudra, sitting a little bit taller. Good. Take a nice inhale. Exhale softly out through the mouth. And inhale for Om. And as we bow to all the beauty, all the light, all the love inside of me, inside of you. And then let's take that out into the world, ever letting it shine, ever showing all this love. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. Thank you for practicing with me today. So beautiful. I love you all. Have a gorgeous day. Wear sunblock if you're out in the sun. Get some of it in, that vitamin, some of those vitamins. And I'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday. I teach the chair yoga on Zoom at same time, 12 to 1. So if you're interested, send me your email. You can messenger it to me here or email it to me, sfree1928@gmail.com. And then I'll send you the link and you can join. Have a great day.